A grant of $30 million under the UK SIF project has been lost by the NDC government due to the past NMP administration's failure to implement the projects. The fund was lost because, among other things, it was not implemented in a timely manner. One of the main project arteries expanded the West Coast into the city of St. George. Implementation Minister Andy Williams, who indicated that the plan would have covered Concord to St. George, but sadly, boots were not on the ground and the funding was repossessed.
We had funding from UK SIF to do a water expansion project and to do the Western Main Road. That was on the books for years now. Under the previous administration, and nothing was done. Right? As a matter of fact, we were about probably a year and a half behind schedule when it came to implementation. Last year, because what was going on with the UK, they decided to cut back on grants and so all over, well, outside where they made commitments. Now, if we had signed that contract before, they would have honored it. But because it was not signed and everything was not in place, they took it back because the project was not implemented in a timely manner.
The project aimed to improve Grenada's water and sewage network by increasing efficiency, building climate resilience, and reducing water sector risk. It was expected to result in an expansion and upgrade of Concord's existing distribution network by constructing a new plant and storage facility. The minister said that his administration tried their best to save the funding for the project, but was unsuccessful.
No, the Ministry of Infrastructure tried. The Ministry of MIT tried. We tried to do our best to see how we can save it, but we could not save it. Right? And this is why the Ministry of MIT is so important to work with other ministries to ensure that we have a better implementation rate so that we do not lose grants and so in the process. Because right now, if we lost the grant, in order for us to do the project, we have to go and get a loan to do it. And the grant was free money.
In an earlier interview on GBN's To The Point program on Wednesday, the minister said that this is not the only grant funding that was not implemented, but reassures the public that his office is on top of things.
Government priority projects gets done. Now imagine last year, up to last year, we had World Bank projects that approximated, let's say, $100 million. Over 4.5 years, we only spent 13 million. Out of 100 million.
Nothing was done.
Nothing was done. Now, when this ministry came into operation, we tackled it straight away. And right now, you have funds being used from those projects.
The loss of the project has been a major source and shame and hardship for the Grenadian people. For umpteen years, people have been complaining about inadequate water supplies, especially during the official dry season. On a daily basis, callers on GBN current affairs programs, Good Morning Grenada, and the To The Point program are heard lamenting instances where they are forced to go without potable water for 2 or more weeks on end. In other instances, people are complaining about the color and poor quality of the water emanating from the taps. Minister Williams told GBN that this is a regrettable state of affairs, but the NDC administration continues to place priority on this very important commodity. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.